Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Well, really, this is our channel. Hello, welcome to our channel. This is Minty. So, in today's fun car ramble, I'll be telling you what's going on at my job. And it's a hot mess. But let's get some fun gum up in here. So, also, I had to go stop at Hot Pot to get my passion iced tea. This is the best iced tea. The best. So let me tell you what's going on. Well, first, I just got out the gym. I called out sick because I ain't like being at work. There's a lot of drama going on. So it's this director in my office. I don't report to him, but he's a director. So he's been dating one of his employees. Again, he's a director, and he is dating one of his employees. And honey, it's been a mess. So they're acting like that no one knew that they were dating. Everyone knew because we'd be sitting in staff meetings, and they'd be sitting there looking at each other and winking at each other and giving each other googly eyes. I mean, it's a mess, and it's just so inappropriate. It's so toxic, and people think they can do whatever they want to do, and nothing's going to happen. So, so I never commented on it because I really didn't care. It doesn't affect me at all, So it is what it is. It's not, whatever. So, so a couple of weeks ago, I decided to stay in the office a little bit late. I just wanted to get some work done in the office. It'd be nice and quiet after hours. So I stayed after work, maybe a good hour and a half, and I have an office. So it's time for me to leave. I opened up my office door, and I saw the director and his employee. They were all hugged up against the wall. I was like, oh my gosh. They looked at me like they saw a ghost, and they just ran off. They ran off like little high school teenagers. And I'm like, what you running off for? I mean, y'all 30 years old. What you running off for? So, I got my stuff and I left. I'm like, what? They are a hot mess. They are a hot mess. And, something's going to go down. Sorry about that. It's my car turning off. So the next day, I went to work. And they wouldn't even look at me. They wouldn't talk to me. I mean, they acted like that I did something wrong. Like I did something wrong. They acted like that I was up against the wall, kissing somebody. But they wouldn't. They wouldn't even make any eye contact with me. So what? Again, I didn't care. I wasn't going to tell my supervisor because that's their business. I gotta worry about my business. They worry about their business. So maybe a couple weeks later, you would see them together, but they weren't making googly eyes at each other. They were just trying to act like they really didn't know each other. So let me tell you. So the other day, what happened was my manager, what is she? She's like a assistant whatever, assistant provost or whatever. So she called him in the office and said, we know that you've been having some kind of relationship with your employee, and that's illegal. That's against the law. You can't be doing that. I mean, you are her manager, her supervisor. You can't be doing that. That's illegal. So they said to him, you have two choices. You can resign, or we're going to fire you. So of course he decided to resign. He resigned, right? So he came back in the office. And it's a small office. Everyone knows what's going on. The small office. So he came out of the supervisor's office. He went in his office, cleaned up his office, and he was fussing. He was fussing and cussing and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh. He was fussing and cussing. And I'm like, you know what? I don't like to be around all that negative energy. I don't like that because people are crazy. You know, people pop off in a minute. So he was huffing and puffing and cussing and carrying on. I'm like, what you cussing for? You the one that did it. You should have known better. You know. So, you know, he got his little stuff and left and everything. And then the girl he was messing with, you know, she was crying and carrying on. I mean, it was like a little soap opera. And you know, it just disrupted the whole office. It was just a hot mess. It was just a mess. So then yesterday, the girl came in. And you know, she was like, well, you know, she said to everybody, I'm so sorry that this happened. I apologize for, disrupting the office. I really apologize. And she said, I know people probably told, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, there's a bug in here. Ugh. And she said, I know people probably told on us. And she looked right dead in my face. And I looked at her. I'm like, don't look at me. Don't even look at me. I didn't say anything. I said to her, I should have said something, but I didn't say anything. So don't be looking at me. Don't be looking at me, because you don't want no trouble over here. Yeah. So she looked right at me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of these people. So what I did today, I'm like, you know what? I'm taking a mental health day. Those people in the office, they're driving me crazy. The job is stressful. The people are stressful. So, child, please, I took a mental health day. I called out sick. I slept in. I did a little bit of cleaning. I went to the gym. I stopped by the hot pot place to get my passion fruit. I'm like, bunk y'all. And I'm like, you know what? When I go in the office tomorrow, they better not start with me. They better not start with me, because I'll go to HR so quick. They better not start with me. Little girlfriend, she better watch what she's doing. So I have, I have friends in the office. So the friend had called me and said, oh, the girl, she just handed in her letter of resignation too. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they both they both handed in their letter of resignation. I'm like, so I said, good written. Bye. Take your little high school drama somewhere else. Bye. But it's a mess. And then a friend of mine has said, oh, when you come back to work tomorrow, there's going to be a mandatory staff meeting. Well, we have mandatory staff meetings almost every day, so it's really no big deal. We're going to have a mandatory staff meeting, and it's going to be about acting inappropriate with other people and other co-workers and all of that. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to hear that crap. So you know what? I'm going to call out sick tomorrow too. I don't want to hear that mess. I already know what I need to do. I'm a grown woman. You don't got to tell me what I need to do. You don't have to tell me, who I shouldn't be seeing or whatever. First of all, I don't got time. So like I said, I know what I need to do. You don't have to call me in to an office to find out, not to have inappropriate relationship with other employees and all of that. So, child, please. Yeah, so I'll probably call out sick tomorrow too, because I don't got time for all that nonsense. But I'll keep you guys posted, okay? I'll keep you posted on this high school stuff in the workplace. It's ridiculous. Okay. All right. Talk to you soon. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for rocking with me. See you soon. God bless.